Hello, everybody, and welcome to our latest lightning strike. Is AI too good to be true? I'm joined by two senior leaders here, and we're going to get into everything AI. AI is officially peak hype cycle, and a lot of businesses are justifiably jumping in on this big trend. But every day seems to bring some other scandal, some embarrassment, some whoopsie. So what is going on there? Is this a common theme that's happening in the market right now?
It's rare that a technology comes along that is promising both top line growth and bottom line savings. So AI has just shown up like this tidal wave, and every board in the world is asking their CEO to make AI a priority. On the one hand, Gen AI is very transformative in productivity, in content creation, in code, in translations, but it's not ready for prime time to put in front of your customers as a brand. So when companies are taking a chance and putting it out there, they're having some issues because honestly the technology is not ready yet. And on the flip side, AI inherently has issues like ethical bias, it has issues like transparency, it has security issues, it has IP infringement issues, and that's what's forcing a lot of compliance and a lot of controls. In fact, EU has already passed the EU AI Act, and we need that because this technology is still new. So yes, hype is real, value is real, but we need compliance.
What is the lesson that brands should be learning? Does this mean that AI is too much of a challenge and brands should wait?
I don't think waiting is an option. AI is here to stay. I think the technology is maybe like overly ready. The thing that's not ready is the data. I think it's being, popularly discussed out there that data, in its purest form, these models will just eat it up and spit whatever you give it out, right? So it's garbage in, garbage out. The AI revolution happened so quickly, it didn't give brands enough time to think about data preparation. I'm talking about consenting the collection of that data. I'm talking about protecting that data, transforming that data so PII and PHI don't make its way into these models to make sure that you're not getting yourself into regulatory problems, data residency concerns, all the things that Sav just mentioned. These are all things that are all of a sudden top of mind. From the board level down, every brand is being told, do more with AI. The question is, what can we be doing now? And from my perspective, start with the data.
Sounds like using the wrong data can have some resoundingly negative effects on businesses. So what should companies think about and how should they be solving this critical problem?
The most important thing is to know exactly what data you're putting into the model for training, for fine tuning, for activation, and make sure you have the right permissions, the right consent, and you can prove that you have those things when you put this data into the model. And that's really the foundation of all data compliance is auditability, transparency, and proof that you have consent for everything that you're doing with that data. So what companies really need to start doing is start thinking about how they're collecting their data, how they're organizing it, whether they have consent with the data, and whether any data they plan to send to AI is 100% accurate for that purpose and that they can prove it. Once they start thinking of their data layer, they are on their path to get towards compliant AI use.
Having a really solid quality data foundation is not just a great exercise for AI, but other areas of the business. What areas would you highlight? And how would that feed something like, say, personalization for customers?
I've always been saying data collection is a strategy, not an afterthought. And this is, highlighting that moment. Number one, your data supply chain should be consistent across all of your customer data engagement, whether that's AI driven, whether that's simple delivery of a customer experience, sending an email, delivering a call center experience, or speaking to a customer in the real world. If you have consistency across the entirety of your data supply chain, and you can make sure that that data is always synced in real time to all of those systems, now we're talking about layering AI into personalization and into your call center. So if you think of data as a refinement pipeline for all of these different things, if everyone's on the same high octane data, everybody can benefit no matter what the use case and what the channel. That's what I believe the big benefit is from beginning now to think about your data collection strategy, making sure it's consented at every single touch point and that everyone's working off the same consistent data. That solves the data wrangling problem. That solves a lot of the regulatory issues. And of course, the biggest one, which is losing customer trust by delivering a poor experience.